information buzzing through our brains, and we will not let our hearts forget the most important thing. It's love, 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 love. It's all about love, 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 love. Everything else comes down to this. Nothing any higher on the list than love.
Hey everybody, welcome to cycle 14. I know, trust me, I'm gonna tell y'all exactly everything that went on. And we're on cycle day 6 currently, and this cycle was like, emotionally was like the worst cycle I've ever had, and I'll tell you why. Now on cycle day, my I started spotting at the end of cycle day 27. I started spotting, like sporadically spotting, and so, you know, I didn't really think anything of it. I kind of got nervous, and I was just like, oh man, you know, and I kind of was just like, if you're gonna come, damn it, just come and let's get it over and done with so we can keep trying. And then it came on full-fledged on cycle day 28, and so it was no question about it. It was like, it just spotted for like forever, and then towards the end of cycle day 28, towards the evening, it just like fully came on. And I was cool. I was really, really cool about it, you know, because I was just like, well, let's go get it done and get it over with so we can like start trying again. And it just got to the point where I realized that this week is gonna be, we're embarking on a year that we have been trying to conceive. And it kind of hit me like a big, you know, like a brick, you know, because from in my family, close friends and everything, 6 people that I know of have been pregnant and have had their children in this year alone. And so I just broke. Like, I just went into a deep place of just hurt and just like anger. And it was just hard for me because I just like, you know, Facebook and everything. You go on Facebook and it's just like, all I saw was just people, you know, if it was not the baby shower pictures, it was the hospital pictures of the newborns. If it wasn't that, it was the ones who've already had their babies, who they're going to see Santa Claus for the first time. And it just was just like, I need to get off of Facebook. And I just, you know, I just broke down, and I was just pissed. I was crying. I cried literally for like 3 days straight. I couldn't help it. It was just, I was just like, why, God, why? We are responsible people, you know, I am a good person, you know, why not me, you know? I just didn't understand. And I don't know. So I just started, you know, I was looking at movies and trying to get my mind off of it, but it just wouldn't help. And I am a member of a website called Baby Center, and they have like a lot of like message boards where, you know, young ladies who are going through similar situations, they go and they talk about their experiences. I just joined just so that I can read. I'm a reader. That's what I do. I don't comment because I have my YouTube, and you guys are wonderful, and I can interact with, you know, you guys better, I feel, better than just random sites. And it's not a random site, but you guys know what I mean. And so I came across this thread because I typed in the search engine under the getting pregnant section, TTC for 1 year, what next? And I came across this thread where this lady, she had been TTCing for 3 months, and she was kind of getting like really nervous and scared that it's not happening as quickly as she had hoped. And she was just feeling ashamed, you know, and just hurt. And in the midst of all of that, everybody around her, getting pregnant on their honeymoon, or getting off of birth control 1 month and then the very next month, boom, pregnant. And so, being in that, where you're just surrounded by folks that's just conceiving at an alarming rate, you're just like, well, why not me? Like, what have I done so bad in my life to, you know what I mean? Like, you just start going there because you don't know where else to go, and I was reading some of the comments, and I was just like so pissed off by some people, because it's like, people were like, this one lady was just like, oh, you've only been trying for 3 months, that's nothing. I've been trying for 2.5 years, and I'm just like, so the hell what? I could care less if you were trying for 10 years. You don't have a right to downplay somebody else's hurt and pain because they haven't been going through it as long as you have. And I hate when women do that. It's just like, stop doing the tit for tat. Like, we're all entitled to our feelings. We're all, because when you embark on this journey, you don't think about a lot of things, because I didn't. I spent all of my years since I was sexually active, not to get pregnant. And then once you want to get pregnant, it's just like, you think that it's just going to happen because, when I was in high school, everybody named Mama was getting pregnant. Like, everybody around me was getting pregnant, just boom, boom, boom. And I wasn't sexually active in high school, but still, I just thought it would be like so easy. You do the right thing, and you follow all the rules, and you whatever. And it's like, now that I am married and in a committed relationship, I have a nice home with an extra bedroom. It's just like, it's not happening. And you just become so resentful of people, because folks can be really, really insensitive. And it's like, you kind of like isolate yourself from people. And I kind of have a little bit, because people don't say, when they see my husband and I, they don't be like, hey y'all, how you doing, how's married life, how's everything. The first thing that comes out of their mouth is, you ain't pregnant yet. That's the first thing people say, and they don't mean any harm by it, but it rips you, because no, I'm not pregnant, I don't want to be. And well, why? Like, bitch, I don't know why. That's what you want to say, but I don't say that. I say that inside. But it just pisses me off, because people are just so, that's all they think about. You could be married for 24 hours and they'll be like, all right, y'all get it going, let's get these babies, and it's so, it just, and my mother-in-law is like that. I mean, she don't mean no harm, but she's just like, oh, she pregnant, yeah, because she really wants a grandchild. And so it just hurts me to my heart, because everybody around me has a new baby now, and it's just, it's hurtful, and you start to get resentful, and all of that stuff. So I was in a bad place, and my husband didn't know what to do. He was just, because men really don't get it. Some do, but the vast majority don't get it, because in his mind it's like, oh, it'll happen when it happens, let's just enjoy each other, or whatever. But it's just not the same. And so, and it was very, very hard cycle too, because I didn't get any acne or anything like that, but I had really bad cramps. And so I was in pain, and I was just pissed, I was hurt, and it's just like, I couldn't do anything without just bursting into tears. And a family member had invited us over, to make gingerbread houses with, their children. And I didn't want to go, and I didn't go, because I just couldn't do it. I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I was going to be weepy, and I didn't want to people don't get it. And they don't know that we're trying to have a baby, but, and it's none of their business at this point. But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, and one of them had just had a baby not too long ago. So I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. And so, I don't know. So anyway, one thing that I thought was like really, really interesting, and I'm going to read it to y'all, because I told you I was going to do a separate video about it. And Baby Center, I like them on Facebook, so they send me like different things that pertain to what I'm going through as far as TTCing. And they sent me this link. Well, actually, it wasn't them. It was Fertilade. Fertilade. They sent me this cool article about the worst things to say to someone TTCing. And the first, that number one is just relax. Now, come on now. You're TTCing, now some people, I'm not as fanatical as some. Some people are doing the charting, the tempting, the OPKs, and they go through this whole spiel for months and months and months. They spend lots and lots of money on that stuff and they don't get pregnant. You can't just relax, especially if it's not happening. I don't know, but you just can't relax. So the next one that they say, oh, crap, I hate these damn pop-up things. Anyway, the next one was, I'm just gonna go down the list. It'll happen once you stop trying. Really? Seriously? Like, just shut up. Don't say nothing. It'll happen once you stop trying. It'll happen. Okay, well, yeah, maybe it works in some cases, but you're consumed by it. It's not something that you can say, okay, well, I don't think about it. Because every time you make love to your husband, you're just like, well, oh God, I hope, you know what I mean? You have to sit there and afterwards and just be like, oh God, please, you know what I'm saying? So that ain't no damn good thing to say to nobody either. It'll happen once you stop trying. Well, yeah, it happens for some people, but it don't happen for everybody. Oh, and this is another stupid one. You don't look infertile. Like, how does that look? How does an infertile person not look? That's stupid. Now, and I can't believe some people say stuff, but I knew a person who was like extremely just inappropriate. Just say all kind of, the first thing that pop up in their head, they just say it. And they don't even think about it until well, I didn't mean nothing by it. Okay, well then just shut up. Don't say nothing. Okay, and this is number 4. It's a sign, I guess you're not getting pregnant. It's a sign that you and your husband would make healthy babies together. I don't understand where that came from. That's stupid too. And I've heard this too. Wouldn't you just rather settle for being a cool aunt? I would if I was allowed to be an aunt. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Well, I rarely see my nephews, so that's a whole nother story that I don't want to get into publicly, because yeah, so I can't be a real aunt anyway, so that's not it. That you can't even enjoy, because people are people and everybody is not cool with just letting their kids go, even if it's family. People are not cool with it. And I've heard this, since I am a chunky sister, I've heard this too. Both of you should lose weight, then you'll get pregnant for sure. That's a bunch of bull, because I know a ton of skinny women who have had issues conceiving. So in some cases you can't be morbidly obese or whatever. Weight does play a factor, but it's not the only factor. And then you'll have people say, oh, don't worry, you're young, you can always have kids. In my case, I don't think so, because I want 4 children and I want to get it going. I don't want to have any kids in my 40s, so I need to get this show on the road. And then you'll have some people that say this: I tried for 2 weeks and bam, I got pregnant real quick. I've had people tell me that, it don't take much. Just I got pregnant so quick. Like, nobody don't care about if you got pregnant quick. Keep that to yourself. I didn't get pregnant quick, so I don't care if you got pregnant quick. Okay, the next one is if you're this stressed about TTC, you'll never be able to handle the stress of being a mom. Well, it's not the same stress, so keep that one to yourself too. It's not the same kind of stress. And then of course you got people that's real spiritual. Do you pray? Yes, we pray all the time. We do pray. And then you'll have people, especially if you tell them, if you're doing in vitro or anything like that, oh, just stop all those fancy treatments. It will happen naturally. Yeah, okay. A lot of people need those fertility treatments just to conceive, so you can keep that one to yourself too. And then you'll have the real insensitive people like, oh my God, your husband shoots blanks. I wish somebody would say that to me. You get your feelings hurt. And then you'll have some people who are pregnant and all they do is friggin' complain. Oh, you're so lucky you don't have to deal with morning sickness or labor. I would love right now to be dealing with morning sickness. So that's it was like 13. Because I mean, it just irks my nerves. I know pregnancy comes with certain, quirks and uncomfortableness, but you don't have to whine about it. To a person who is having problems conceiving, they don't want to hear your gripes and your complaints. Just be happy that you're pregnant, because everybody can't get pregnant as fast as others. And so, I mean, I feel better now, obviously, as you can very well see, but these kinds of articles, they kind of help me out, because when you hear a lot of people, they comment about crazy things that people say, and I think the best thing, if it's for you, if you're TTCing, just keep it between you and your husband, or folks that won't really, tell nobody, because if people know that you're trying to have a baby, they'll hound you about it. Some folks know, that we're trying to conceive or whatnot, and so every time they see us, like, we won't see each other, we'll see each other at events, and the first thing they'll say is, oh, are you pregnant yet? And so just like, so yeah, I know I sounded kind of angry, but oh well, it is what it is. This is how it is. For those of you who are embarking on TTCing, it's not an easy road, and there are many times you just want to say, freak this, I'm tired of this crap, but then you're a failure if you quit. If you quit, and I don't even want anybody to be like, oh, you can adopt and all that. Nobody don't want to hear about that. Just, we just pray for us, and just hopefully one day we will get our wish of being parents. But, that's the stuff that I have been going through. And I appreciate the support, because let me tell you, in my family alone, I don't know anybody that has had an issue trying to conceive, so it's hard to discuss this type of stuff with folk who really can't relate. My brother's wife got pregnant, boom, right away. My brother and I are 13 months apart, so you can kind of imagine that, we were pretty much back to back. So you don't really, people who get pregnant on a whim or get pregnant really quickly back to back, they don't really get the stress and the strain of trying, consistently month after month with just no success, and then when months and years go by, folks all around you their families are growing, and you're still working on baby number one, and it's just hard. It's really hard, and you don't want to get into a place where, you don't want anybody to feel like, oh, you're jealous of them or whatever. You may be, and it's quite all right to be, but you keep that part to yourself, because you don't really want to offend anybody, because guess what? When it does happen for me, y'all may feel, of course I'm gonna change a little bit and start doing pregnancy vlogs and all that other stuff, and you're still trying, and you trying to be happy for me, but you still trying too, because that's just how it is. Within the next few months, a few of us are gonna get pregnant. A few of us get pregnant, and a few of you all are still gonna be TTCing, and so it's not cool for us to forget. And I think a lot of people do, because even with the YouTube moms that I see, on here, as soon as they get pregnant with their first child, it's just on and popping, on and popping, on and popping. Once they have their babies and everything like that, it's like they kind of drop off the planet. They don't make videos as much. They don't acknowledge the TTC community. People, or some people, just be like, oh, I'm not going to show my baby at all. Like, okay, I get it, whatever the case may be. But folks was by your side. They had your back throughout all your TTC stuff. They had your back the least you could do is at least share a little bit. We're not saying put a camera in your child's face all the time, but at least continue to share to give other people hope, But they fall off, they don't respond. I don't comment on nobody's videos. I don't comment on nobody's videos. But they don't respond to folks no more. They just forget about their subscribers, and they kind of like, give you their ass to kiss a little bit, because some of them are on their second kid or whatever, third kid, fourth kid, whatever, and they don't have the same, enthusiasm as they did when they were TTCing their first, and they needed the support. And that's why I love you guys so much, and nothing about me will ever change, because even if I get pregnant between now and whenever, I'm still gonna, be on the forefront to all my TTCers. I'm gonna always shout you guys out. I'm always gonna be doing research to try to find new things out there to help you guys conceive. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, I'm pregnant and it's all about my pregnancy and screw, I ain't in that TTC community no more, so whatever y'all buy, come on, that's not cool. So I didn't mean for this to be long, but I just wanted to let you guys know, for those who feel as I feel, regardless of if you've been TTCing for 1 month or 36 months, 48 months, however long you've been TTCing, I get it. I understand how you feel, and it's okay. The most important thing that you need to do is talk to somebody. Don't ever be in a situation where you're all alone, because your mind can just, it's a powerful thing. And a lot of times when you get so down and so low, you start having thoughts that you really shouldn't have. And so it's important to connect with somebody that knows what you're going through, or at least can sympathize with you and get you back, to the right place where you need to be. And so that's why I love my husband very much. We fight like cats and dogs. We love like cats and dogs. We have a great time together, but we're also each other's support system as well. If he's feeling low, I'm there to lift him up. If I'm feeling low, he's there to lift me up, and it works. So, and also you have me. I know you guys don't know me personally or whatever, but if you, having a rough time, you can private message me.